Hello everybody, it is 5 key points from Inverse Sabbath School. Remember lesson 5 morning and evening. First of Chronicles chapter 23 from 25 to 32. Point number 1. Follow his will. King David, already advanced in years, longed to build a permanent sanctuary, unlike the 10th century, so that God could dwell with his people. This great desire in his heart was fulfilled not by David, but by his son. David, without envy, without anger, or without sadness, respect God's will. So David left all the pieces ready and all the functions organized so that his son could finish the work. Point number 2. Start on the right foot. The sanctuary would have many activities, but the main focus was the daily morning and evening worship service. Like Exodus, one sacrifice in the morning and another at dusk. This taught the Israelites to put God first, to begin by surrendering to Him, and to do the same at the end of the day. One of the results was the protection in every area against enemy influence. Point number 3. Israel's behavior. From the first sanctuary to the sanctuary built by Solomon, 300 years passed. Throughout this period, the people of Israel had deep connections with God, but they had also strayed far from Him. We can mention periods of apostasy, loss of territories, but also victories and spiritual revival. Point number 4. Meaning. With the so-called continual sacrifice morning and evening, God wanted to remind them that without His presence it was possible to fall into sin, which led to the death of the perfect and innocent animal. The people had to be aware that sin was consequences. That's why it was important to dedicate your life at the beginning and end of the day to be able to overcome every difficult moment. Point number 5. Self-sabotage. When we try to have a worship service, the enemy of God does everything possible to prevent it, especially if it's every day. Some examples: rushing to get to work, getting distracted by your cell phone, or wanting to sleep a little longer. That's why we must organize our time, avoid various distractions, and ask God for help. In closing, morning and evening worship is our opportunity to truly connect with the Lord. Let us never forget His promises. Seek Him, and then all things will be added. This lesson is our opportunity to improve or start a real cult. So, what will you do? Every day is a challenge. How will you begin and end your days? Thank you, and this is 5 key points of Inverse Sabbath School. See you next Friday.